Welcome back, my friends, to this channel and step 10 of this introduction into contemplative prayer. And that's the last step for us. And I will call it the transformation or union with the divine. So, the deeper the transformation of the false self goes, and we have talked about it in step 1 to 9, the more there will be an intense connection to God. It's not happening in one sudden act, at least for the most of us, but over a long period of time, gradually, so to speak. It's a growing feeling to always be connected to God or to the source, as we could put it. And it brings about a completely different mindset, as Father Thomas Keating has said. It's living in the world and not from the world. How does this growing union express itself? So it's about our thoughts and emotions no longer leading our life. Less mood swings occurring. Of course, there are still emotions and thoughts, but they don't shake us up as much anymore. And mostly there is no need to do anything about them. There's more space to take care for others without wanting anything in return for this service. The new state of consciousness is more and more permanent as we see God in every person and in all things, and through them he sees us. It's about truly becoming open for God's grace to pour into us and to give this grace away in ever greater acts of unconditional love. So let's do the next step, which we could call being connected to the source. So again, as I have said before, it's only after a long and painful path of purging and preparation that we are even able to stand the permanent connection to the divine. In a way, our nervous system had to be prepared for this. And that's why we had to go through all these trials and had to endure the dark night of the soul and the difficult parts of the path. Now, and only now, the divine love can express itself fully in our lives, in all our activities, since there are no more barriers within our soul anymore. The divine energy can flow freely, and we become divine vessels for this energy, so to speak. It's not given to us to dwell on it or become prideful about it, but to give it away without any conditions. And there is joy in giving it away. That's what the whole path is about. More and more becoming, let's say, servants of God in service to others. Of course, we are still invited to use the good things of life, but not so much for ourselves anymore. And this ever-growing union can manifest in different ways. Just to give a few examples, it can express itself in a great patience during times of trial, perhaps during a time of illness or great suffering. It can manifest itself as a growing endurance during phases of being lonely, or, as I said before, as selfless service to others. And there are so many examples in history about people who have achieved this. And we can take them as our examples. So the divine energy will more and more express itself in selfless service, good deeds. Nothing else is possible for the person who has come so far, because this energy comes out of his or her very core, where God resides in him or her. So still, it's not true that this union is the goal of the path, because there is no goal. The path always goes on. The journey will not stop at this point, and there are deeper layers of transformation and union possible. But for an introduction, this shall be enough, I guess. So you could perhaps ask, are there so many people who reach this point of union? And probably there are not so many, but still it's not wrong but right to follow this path and get closer to it, because it will be very beneficial to ourselves, to our families and friends, and the whole human family. What will give us the strength to embark on this journey with all these trials I described? It is the love for God, which He Himself poured into our souls when He created us. And this is where this longing comes from, and the strength to go forward comes from. And the deeper we go, the more we get like iron in the fire, forged into servants of God, so to speak. And it's a very beautiful, even though challenging process. And in the end, we get everything from Him, our tasks, the power to go about these tasks, and the faith that we can succeed in doing this. And so all is a gift from God. It's not about us, as I have said in the very beginning. So my friends, that is the end of this mini-series, and I hope that it will help you to get into contemplative prayer. And if you liked it, give me a thumbs up or subscribe. And of course, I'm happy to read one or two questions in the commentary section, and I will do my best to answer them when they come on. So thank you so much for following this until the end. And of course, I will go on with these videos, but about different topics in the future. Thank you so much, my friends. Take care. Bye-bye.